to SLN TV English. My name is Yasmin Saeed and I'm here to update you with the daily news. These are the stories making headlines. The President of Somaliland met with senior ambassadors from 2 European nations. A meeting was held between the ENG sector and the local government of Hargeisa in regards to garbage disposal. Iran, Turkey and the Syrian National Coalition Opposition Group speak out. The President of Somaliland, Ahmed Mohamed Mahmoud Silanyo, met with the ambassadors of Britain and Denmark.
The President of Somaliland signed an agreement for Somaliland Development Fund with Britain and Denmark governments at his office. The President of Somaliland, Ahmed Mohamed Mahmoud, with the ambassadors of Britain and Denmark at his office, and they agreed to provide a fund to Somaliland Development Fund program. After the meeting ended, the ambassadors and some of Somaliland's cabinet ministers spoke to the media. The Danish ambassador to Somaliland and Somalia, Mr. Said, spoke to the media and he stated,
I would like to thank the government of Somaliland, Minister of Planning, Minister of Finance, Foreign Minister, and the President who we just met for inviting us to come to your beautiful country for hosting this signing ceremony. We have been, from the Danish government, supporting Somaliland for a number of years. We have seen progressive developments. We have seen peace reign all over, and I think this is a milestone in our cooperation. The fact that peace is now prevailing makes it possible for us to enter into this agreement, which is very, very important. It's very important for us because it's the first time that we make this agreement, and I believe it's very important for the Somaliland because it shows Somaliland the factors that are behind such an agreement has come together.
Mr. Neil Wigan, the British ambassador to Somaliland and Somalia, spoke to the media and he stated,
It's a real pleasure to be back in Somaliland for such an important event as the signing of the Somaliland Development Fund, a fund which is already $60 million and which we hope will continue to grow. The signing is also a real step forward in our relationship with the government and with the people of Somaliland. First, as the Danish ambassador said, the fund is only possible because of the progress that has been made here in Somaliland, in governance, in democratization, in public financial management, and in development. So the fund is very much a vote of confidence from us, the donors, in the capability of the government and people of Somaliland. And I would like to say that very publicly and to thank all the ministers for the excellent cooperation that we've had in producing this fund.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mohammed Bihi Yunis, also spoke to the media, and he addressed to the media the meeting with the President and hosted ambassadors. The Minister strongly mentioned the importance of the meeting that done in bilateral process with Somaliland government. The Minister of Finance, Mr. Abdul Aziz Mohammed Samale, spoke to the media and he mentioned the core areas that the funds will be allocated. The Minister of Planning and National Development, Dr. Saad Ali Shire, provided a report about the Somaliland National Development Plan, and he mentioned that Somaliland government prioritized the projects and the areas for projects, and that is why, he said, the donors are courageous to become a partner of this plan.
The Director General of Higher Studies for the Ministry of Education, Khadr Ahmed Diriye, participated in an event focused wholly on creating hope for the youth of Somaliland and giving them a reason to stay in their native land as opposed to illegally migrating.
The Director General of the Ministry of Education and Higher Studies and the Director General of the Ministry of Sports, Youth and Tourism participated in a meeting for Somaliland's Youth Hope Creation. The Director General of the Higher Studies of the Ministry of Education and the Higher Studies, Mr. Khadr Ahmed Diriye, spoke in the event and he told that the Ministry of Education and Higher Studies is supporting the initiatives of Sodra organization for their hope creation projects for the Somaliland youth. The Director General also spoke about historic studies of the Somaliland education sector and mentioned that there are more opportunities than before. The Director General of the Ministry of Sports, Youth and Tourism, Mohammed Ahmed Dabeye also spoke in the event and he elaborated the importance of this project. The chairman of Sodra organization, Mr. Ahmed Mohamed Shaqale, have substantially talked about the Hope Creation project to support the Somaliland youth, and he pointed out that this project is optimizing the opportunities in education for the Somaliland youth. The German also told that they planned to pay a 40% of the university's fee for the students who can't afford to pay the tuition fee.
The Minister of Energy and Mineral Resources presented the draft copy of the National Energy Act.
The Somaliland Minister of Energy and Mineral Resources, Mr. Hussein Abdi Duale, presented the preparation of the National Energy Act at his office, and the minister told that they began the drafting of the National Energy Act with the collaboration of the Norwegian experts. The minister also elaborated the significance of this National Act for our country, and he mentioned that the former National Act was transitional and is not applicable to the modern international laws of energies. The National Solicitor of Somaliland, Mr. Ibrahim Idle Suleiman, also spoke in the event, and he pointed out that the National Energy Act will be the fundamental step of energy resources. A Norwegian law expert, Mr. Fred, also spoke in the Ministry's office and he stated,
First, I would like to thank you for inviting me to your country. I would also like to thank for the gracious welcome that I have received so far, and I would also like to express my greatest interest in your country. It is a very particular setting in international legal terms and also from many other perspectives. I have been invited here in order for me to share with the experience that I can bring to the table from many different countries, not only from Norway. We have been working all over Africa. We have been working in the Middle East, in Europe, and we have been working in Asia and South America. Many countries, when they make discoveries of rich natural resources, discover that it's a curse rather than a blessing. And I understand that one of the purposes why I've been invited is to at least point to what Somaliland may choose to do in order to make it a blessing rather than a curse.
The chairman of the lower committee of the energy and the mineral resources for the House of Representatives, Mr. Saeed Mohammed Elmi, also elaborated the importance of this law and he expressed the necessity of this National Energy Act for our country.
You're still tuned into Somaliland National Television English, the only Somali-speaking channel with an English news program. And now for our international headlines in detail. Iran, Turkey and the Syrian National Coalition Opposition Group speak ahead of Geneva II talks. President Bashar al-Assad's government has confirmed it will be at the peace talks known as Geneva II in January, but stressed it is not going to negotiate a handover of power. Iran and Turkey, who support opposing sides, have jointly called for a ceasefire. All the efforts must be focused on an end to the conflict and having a ceasefire, even if possible before the peace talks in Geneva, said Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif. But if Iran wants to play a part in the resolving crisis, it must withdraw its mercenaries. That is the view of the Syrian National Coalition, who have confirmed their intention to attend the Geneva talks. Iran is a real partner in the killing of Syrian people, and if it wants to attend Geneva too, then it must withdraw its troops, Hezbollah forces and extremist Iraqi fighters. After that, it can say they have done all they can and that they intend to attend, said the president of the Syrian National Coalition, Ahmed al-Jarba. The continued bloodletting in the conflict, which erupted in March 2011, is just one of several hurdles which remain ahead of the talks scheduled for January the 22nd. The full list of those who will take part has not been decided. Thailand slips into its worst political crisis since 2010's bloody protests. There is a partial government shutdown in Thailand following the closure of several ministries, faced with the crowds of protesters determined to bring down the Yingluck Shinawatra government. Defying a tough security law passed on Monday, the protesters surrounded the Interior, Finance, Agriculture, Tourism and Transport ministries. It's not violent to surround a government building. It is the people's constitutional right to express our feelings, said one young man in the crowd. Shinawatra is in the thick of a 2-day confidence debate in Parliament, fighting off accusations of corruption and trying to pass laws to exonerate her brother, Thaksin. The former Prime Minister was toppled by the army in 2006 and fled to Thailand in 2008 into exile. He was given 2 years jail in absentia for attempting to undermine the monarchy. She is expected to win the vote scheduled for Thursday. The Shinawatras are popular with the poor, and their party has won every election since 2001. But they are reviled by the many in Thai elite, middle and business classes who accuse the family of dynastic ambitions, abuse of power and corruption. That's all the news we have for you today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.